Since May, India has pushed out hundreds of undocumented immigrants, launching a nationwide crackdown. Thousands of people were rounded up in surprise raids and were demanded to submit proof of citizenship. The reports say that these rogue operations were backed by an ultimatum from the union government. The Ministry of Home Affairs has set a 30-day deadline for states and union territories to verify the credentials of people suspected to be illegal immigrants from Bangladesh and Myanmar who claim to be Indian citizens. After 30 days, if the documents are not verified, they will face deportations. So the idea of due process, remedy through the judiciary, is all irrelevant to the authorities that are demanded to show their efficiency by finding more immigrants and sending them to the border for forced deportations. Deporting immigrants is a practice that many countries follow. Recently, the US has started deporting thousands of immigrants, leading to widespread protests and condemnation from human rights groups. Pakistan has repatriated 1.3 million Afghan nationals back to their country, a move slammed by refugee rights groups. Learning from these controversial exercises, India has modeled a forced expulsion operation that has proven to be inhumane and allegedly illegal as per national and international laws. The recent crackdown on Bangladeshi immigrants is being called the Operation Pushback. Before, what was happening in India was deportation, which means undocumented immigrants were arrested, taken into custody, sent to jail, and then convicted before the court. But now things have changed. Assam's Chief Minister, Himanta Biswa Sarma, has admitted to pushing back persons who were declared foreigners to Bangladesh. He declared that Assam government remains committed to carrying out activities in this direction. Pushing back means no trial, just arrest people and then abandon them at the border. The operation is focused on Bangladesh. Once India's biggest ally in the neighborhood, New Delhi has a strained relationship with Dhaka since the people ousted its long-term Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, a favorite of India. In May, Bangladesh border police started to report finding people stranded in the forest and wetlands near the border who were pushed out by India. New Delhi has refused to inform the neighbor about the activity, which could have deadly consequences for people who are pushed away. The pushback method is not only threatening Bangladeshi immigrants, but it is also putting Indian citizens at risk. Without proper checks or illegal procedures, people are being detained and deported without confirming their citizenship. On 11 June, 36-year-old Mehboob Sheikh, an Indian citizen from the state of West Bengal, was picked up while having tea by Maharashtra police on a mere suspicion of being an illegal Bangladeshi immigrant. He had to submit all necessary documents like voter card, Aadhaar card, ration card, and even a certified copy of his family tree. Despite all this, 3 days later, he was pushed across the Bangladesh border by the border security forces. But the next day, after the intervention of local police, Sheikh, along with 5 other Indians, were brought back. Data shows that this year so far, Maharashtra government pushed 766 immigrants, followed by 120 in Delhi, 80 in Haryana, 70 in Rajasthan, 65 in Uttar Pradesh and Gujarat, and 10 in Goa. The other group facing the wrath of India's harsh anti-immigration policy is Rohingya refugees, the most persecuted community in the world who fled genocide in Myanmar. Ministry of Home Affairs estimate around 40,000 refugees are living in India, with 18,000 of them being registered with UNHCR. Rohingyas are being arrested, kept in detention centers, and then deported back, even though they have no country to return to. Between 6th and 7th of May, Delhi police detained 69 Rohingyas, including women, children, and elderly. All of them had UNHCR cards that confirmed their story of persecution. On 8th May, the Supreme Court of India reaffirmed that the right to reside in India is only a privilege for Indian citizens under Article 90. While the Supreme Court was hearing this case, a group of 40 Rohingyas alleged that they were thrown into international waters near Myanmar by Indian authorities. Tom Andrews, UN Special Rapporteur, urged that the Indian government should clarify the events and provide full accountability. However, the Supreme Court adjourned the hearing, saying people who are sitting outside cannot challenge our sovereignty. Under international law, these acts are deeply troubling. As per the core principle of non-refoulement under UN Convention, no refugee should be sent back to a place where they may face danger or persecution. Although India is not a signatory to the UN Convention of 1951, it does follow non-refoulement principle. This new wave of unchecked deportations is violating this principle. Since India does not have a specific law for refugees, Rohingyas fall within the Foreigners Act of 1946. This law allows the government to arrest and deport anyone they see as an undocumented foreigner. There is no law to differentiate between a refugee and an illegal immigrant. They are all foreigners. As per UNHCR's data, over 122 million people are currently displaced all over the world. At a time when the refugee crisis continues to increase globally, India has taken a U-turn from being a moral sanctuary to a fortress nation. It is shutting its doors on refugees and immigrants. The fate of Rohingyas, immigrants from Bangladesh, and the poor of the country is intertwined with each other. Who remains and who gets deported, that is decided solely by the government. No one knows what piece of paper can save who, or if at all, any paper matters.